Welcome to the Gaming Codex, the show where we delve into the meaning of words, the meaning of terms relating to the gaming industry that have been used, reused, and misused over the ages. The term we are going to analyze today is a very important one, not that there are any unimportant terms in this show, and that is game development. According to the general definition, video game development is the process of creating video games, which is akin to saying that a Flammenwerfer is something that werfs Flammen, or that what that picture says. Game development is a process that has many different facets, and while all of them can be done by one singular individual over the course of sometimes decades, usually it requires specialized individuals in the fields of design, graphics, programming, sound, animation, management, production, marketing, sales, you name it. It requires a lot of components. Sometimes even testing, though that's usually ignored by big companies that you think would have the budgets to... Oh yeah, you also need budgets. Game development requires two essential components to be functional: money and time. Exactly how much money and time depends on the scope of the project, because a simple project, something like a 2D platformer that is not made by one single person over the course of a decade, can be done by a team of people in less than a year, whereas something akin to an MMO can take up many years of development. The same holds for open world action games like the GTA series, where development takes upwards of 5 years, going from the general outline of the idea, to proposing that idea, to the people that actually fund the project, to developing the concept, to creating the documentation needed for the entire game, then to the first prototype, and then to design, to programming, to level creation, art, everything else. Lots of video games do not survive this process. Many of them are cancelled way before we even hear about them. Some of them barely make it to the prototype stage, let alone to an actual playable version that can be considered something akin to the final edition that the player would have. That would be the generally accepted definition of video game development. Now, what is the popular definition of game development? That would be magic! No, really, just ask anyone commenting on YouTube, on Facebook, Twitter, forums, on any place on the internet about game development, and they will tell you that it's basically magic. You put people into a room, you insert money, and then a game comes out. They have no knowledge of things require people with skill, or that things take time. All they know is that starts and is late, and they're mad, even though most of them have not actually bought it or intend to. But it has a lot of money and it's not yet done, ignoring the whole they spent 2013 and 2014 building the studios that would build the game. That's a small detail that should probably not be looked over. A lot of the process of video game development should not be looked over, but to the common player it is a land of unknown mysteries. Now, what is the marketing definition of game development? There isn't one, because marketing usually doesn't concern itself with game development. Why would it? Games actually get in the way of marketing, I mean, you show people a superb trailer and then they get the game and they're disappointed because the game isn't as good as the trailer. Why couldn't have they just put the trailer on the disc and leave it at that? Just sell a very pretty box, empty, maybe with some tat in it. It would sure save a lot of time and money. So closes this chapter of the Gaming Codex. Come back next week when we will tackle a new and different term, one that some would call compelling. Thank you for watching this show. If you enjoyed it, please consider watching some of our other videos and maybe sharing them or giving a thumbs up if you feel like it. And if you really liked what you saw, please check out our Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you could help us make much better shows and get some rewards in the process. Or you could consider buying my book called Tale of Doom. Volume 1 is out now now and available for just $2. And as always, if you thought it was horrible, you know where to find me and complain about it.